Okay, I can't hear you though, baby. Hey, can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yay! I hear
Okay,
you.
good. Good morning.
Woo, we did it.
We're here.
I'm so excited you're on this morning.
Me too. I'm excited to be here.
We're gonna have fun. So I'm super excited. Guys, give me like 2 seconds. And we're gonna get ready to get started. Go ahead and share this feed with all your friends, all your family. They're definitely on. You're definitely gonna want them to have them on here this morning. Hey Ellie, good morning. Ellie was on our prayer call this morning that we do every morning at 7 a.m. It's been so good, Layla. You'll have to come check it out too, girl.
Absolutely, I would love to be on. Yes.
Hey Kirsten, good morning. Excited to have you guys on this morning. Go ahead and share this feed with your family, with your friends. They definitely are going to want to hear what we're talking about today, because we're going to be talking about the T on money, right? Because everything is changing. And so we need to make sure that we're changing and adapting and all that stuff with it, okay? So go ahead, tell your family and friends we lost Layla, so she'll probably be right back. And then we're going to have one other person joining us this morning that I'm excited to have on. Yes, there we go. Yes, there we go. Hey. I love it. So glad you guys are on this morning. Guys, listen, there's still time for you to get your family and friends on. So Layla and Dwayne, if you guys could just go ahead and greet for me for a minute, and I'm going to be right back on. I'm excited. We're going to have some great conversation today, and I definitely believe that today's conversation will be a complete game changer for a lot of folks. Okay, I see Dwayne showing off the heat in Miami.
Yeah, just a little bit.
You know? Palm trees this morning.
I think the sun is too bright, though.
Man, this is why I love Miami. I can't wait to get back there. So you guys just greet for a minute, and I'll be right back, okay?
Absolutely.
Right, cool.
So I hope everybody can hear us okay. I really want to have my friend Layla come in here for a second, but I'll go ahead and start us off. Ladies and gentlemen, today's a special day. And somebody's jamming. Is that Dr. Drew jamming?
I think so.
Okay, she still got the tunes on. We should have asked her to get the tunes, but it's cool. Hopefully y'all can still hear me okay. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, this is going to be special. Myself, my partner Layla, our partner Dr. Jewel Tankard, we've come together and we really have started to position ourselves in front of the wealth transfer. And I know sometimes when you hear stuff like that, it's like, okay, here y'all go talking language that's well beyond my pay grade, right? Well, guess what? What we're getting ready to talk about is for absolutely anybody who is hungry and motivated to finally start being in the front. So many of us always catch things last. We hear about moves last. We heard about Google last. We heard about, investing in Facebook last. I even used to live in the South. We would get music last. You would hear all the cool music up north and it wouldn't get to the South until later, right? So if you're the kind of person that's tired of missing out and tired of not finally being in the front, if you're ready to move from the back of the line to the front of the line, that's kind of the direction that I would love to take this call. Because Dr. Jewel Tankard, this woman has been a multi-millionaire for years, and she's been able to partner with people like myself and Miss Layla Mott and so many others. All right. And it's been a very, very special time because our economy is taking a shift right now. It's no big secret. It's obvious. Our economy is taking a shift. All right. And if you know better, you could do better. If you know better, then you can do better. But you got to know better. And most of us, we were just never taught. Thank you. We were just never taught, all right, how to position ourselves on the front side of the transfer. See, here's what I want to say before I pass the baton. See, when I was growing up, this is the things that I was taught. Somebody hit the chat box if you were taught what I was taught. I was taught how to get a job. Matter of fact, drop a 222 in the chat if you were taught what I was taught. If one job doesn't work, get 2 jobs. All right? in the chat box. Nobody sat me down and said, let me show you how to make money in gold. Let me show you how to make money in oil. Hey, son, sit down. Let me show you how to make money in the money markets. Nobody sat me down and had that conversation. But all I heard was job or two. If one job don't work, get a second job. Well, we're sitting down with people who have been positioned in front of the wealth transfers for years, and we get a chance to have a little back and forth. So I'm excited. I'm fired up. My partner Layla's here. Our big partner Dr. Jewel is here. Layla, just share your quick excitement before we kick this thing off. How do you see things?
I am super pumped up. I'm super excited. I love the title of this entire live, like the wealth transfer. Okay, this is literally the greatest time to be alive. Why? We are in a serious economic situation. And I think a lot of people are, allowing fear to really control their actions, control their mindset. And that's one thing that we're not doing here. One thing that we're doing as soon as we get in the door is we are learning how to really just take that panic, calm it down a little bit, and learning how to maximize off of the transfer of wealth. So I'm super excited to be here. Thank you so much, Dr. Jewel, for having me on. I'm super, super excited. I'm ready to go.
I am too. And I love when I got back, Dwayne was talking about we wasn't having those kind of conversations. And that's the reality. The average person was not having the conversation. And so before we get started, guys, I do want to pray really quickly, and then we'll jump right on into this conversation. Father, I just thank you, Lord, that you've been so gracious and so kind to us. I thank you, Lord, that you saw all that is happening now before the foundations of the world. And God, I thank you that you are a God of answer. You're a God of solution. You're a God of advancement. You're a God of acceleration. You're a God that desires to lavish us with the best that the world has to offer. Now, Holy Spirit, I thank you that you're the great teacher and the great counselor. I thank you for wealth strategies. I thank you for the boldness and the courage to implement and to move and to act. And I thank you, Lord, that we don't overanalyze or that we don't practice procrastination, but we practice moving in a spirit of decisiveness to make decisions, to move forward confidently, knowing that we're going to learn and earn as we go. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. And so welcome all of you guys that are on there. Definitely there's still time. Go ahead and share this feed with your friends and your family. And, I honestly, I told God a long time ago, I said, God, if you make me rich, I'm going to take everybody that I possibly can. And so the purpose of us doing this, even on this morning and the last couple mornings we've been doing it, is because I am passionate about seeing the average everyday guy be able to come up if that's what they desire to do. Because the reality is, Dwayne, the reality is, Layla, we know that it really takes a desire. You got to, first of all, know that, you know what, I want to, I deserve it. Now, what do I need to do? And so you might have just got laid off. You might have already been at home, parent working or whatever. It really doesn't matter what your situation is. I asked Dwayne and Layla to join us because their stories are amazing. My story really quickly, and then I'm going to shoot it to Dwayne really quickly, is that, I grew up with entrepreneurs. I'm a fourth generation entrepreneur. And so my parents were always about entrepreneurship. And we lived a really good life because of it. But at 19, we lost everything. And that's when I quickly began to realize that there's a difference between being an entrepreneur and being an investor, right? And actually studying money. And so anything that you want to master, because it's better to have money as a slave than it is a master, right? And so if you study something, you can learn its patterns and make sure that it stays in its proper place. And so, Dwayne, you heard about trading foreign currency. How many years ago has it been now? 2 or 3? How long have you been in this space?
I think we just hit our second year. We're pretty much right around our second year. And this has been special for me because of exactly what Dr. Jewel just said. I actually, all I was raised on was jobs. But I realized quickly that jobs is not going to get me ahead in life. It barely will get me by in life. All right. So I stepped outside and I tried to be an entrepreneur, and I did the best I could with the little couple dollars I had. I did the best I could, and we did decent. But I realized quickly that, wow, there's people working way smarter than me while I'm still working hard. And that's what opened my eyes. And to be very transparent, Dr. Jewel, even as an entrepreneur, I did decent. I made a couple dollars, did pretty well for myself. But I was really upset with myself because I didn't know how to put money into smarter places where that money could work for me. So I was still a slave. I was a rich slave to money. I was making money, but I was still a slave to money. I didn't know how to put my money to work for me. Again, I was never sitting down and said, son, here's how you take $1 and turn it into 5. Here's how you take 5 and turn it into 10. Here's how you take 100 and turn it into 1,000. Yeah. I never had that conversation. So when I heard about this space, it was a no-brainer to spend a couple dollars to learn how to do that on a daily basis. It was a no-brainer.
Absolutely. And yeah, you heard it and you did. I mean, obviously you couldn't have. Did you feel like you overanalyzed? What was your process? Because sometimes when people hear about having the ability to be able to trade foreign currency, he's showing off them palm trees again.
I got to change. I can't even see myself, y'all. I'm like, it's too much sun. It's just too much sun. Seriously.
I know, right? But when you first heard, yeah, you're much brighter. That's perfect. That's perfect. So when you first heard about trading, okay, what was your process? Because sometimes when people learn new information, it takes them a minute to process it. And unfortunately, that overanalyzation turns into procrastination, which ends up turning into no movement at all. I just want to know, honestly, I don't know, did you move fast? Did you move slow? Like, what was that process?
I mean, the super, super, super honest truth is I was in a tough time. You know, it was a tough time for me. So when I first saw this, everything was going backwards. You know, and people predominantly know me to keep myself, you know, above water. But when I first saw this, I was not above water at all. You know, I was underwater. So honestly, I didn't have time to procrastinate. Don't get me wrong, I'm still human. So I still had that scarcity, that skeptical feeling, because I've never seen money move the way it's moving for us right now. I had never seen that. So to be totally transparent, I still had those butterflies. I sure did. But honestly, I ended up hopping on some calls and looking deep into the people who were here. And truly, when I saw people like you and Dr. Kathy Kirkland, I said, oh, I think I'm in the right space.
Yeah.
I think I'm in the right space. Y'all opened your calls, you opened in prayer. When you spoke about this, you spoke about it from the same way I heard it in the church as a little boy. I heard it every Sunday. We need to be the head and not the tail. We need to be the lender and not the borrower. We need to live in opulence and in abundance and not lack. But nobody really taught how to do that.
What was the strategy?
What's
the strategy? And because I believe, I mean, wholeheartedly in tithing, I believe wholeheartedly in seed time, but the harvest part. And Dwayne, when I saw this, I felt like this was the economic, natural strategy of what I had heard spiritually. You know, I feel like this was that strategy, because everything is a strategy. Right. Layla, I want to hear, because obviously, Dwayne, we're going to come back to you and talk about, you know, the success and the things that you're seeing with you and your team. But Layla, so tell me, when you first heard about this, first of all, who told you about this, child?
So my boyfriend brought this home.
With your pretty self. Yes, blonde.
Thank you. So my boyfriend brought this home to me, and y'all, I was the negative Nancy girlfriend. Like, I'll just tell it like it is. He brought it home and he said, we're going to make thousands of dollars from our phone. And I said, you're crazy. Like, who told you were going to make thousands of dollars from your phone? I mean, instantly, you're just very, very skeptical. And at the time, I was a full-time hairstylist. So I was working around 12 hours a day. I did phenomenal in the hair industry, had a very steady clientele. I was going on about 10 years. But just like Dwayne said, I was very unhappy in my environment. I felt very depleted. And I never really saw anyone get wealthy over doing hair. I saw them live nice, but I never saw them get wealthy over it. And one thing about stylists is we know how to acquire a lot of capital. We know how to make a lot of money. I mean, tips in themselves are their own income. But no one ever showed me how to take 5% of my tips and go flip them in the market. Yeah. So once I actually started to do the research for myself and see that the banks have been doing this for years, I was like, wow, I've been the one scamming myself without the knowledge.
Yeah. No, that's really, really good. And I think that's the difference, because sometimes people feel like, oh, I'm doing good, but I don't want people to stop at doing good. Like, the best thing that you could give a millionaire that already has 1 million is to show them how to make 2 or how to make 3. The best thing that you can do with somebody who's making $30,000 a year is show them how to make 60 and show them how to make 90, right? And we can't make any income claims, but I will tell you that one of the smartest things that you can do right now is educate yourself. Education, 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 education. That's where it's at. That whole, just sitting still, waiting for the government to send out stimulus checks or waiting for this, that, or the third, waiting for your job to call you back. Like, this is a time now where you should be thinking, I'm getting ready to go back to school. Honest to God, a lot of times I've been up to 12 o'clock, 12:30 at night, watching YouTube, getting on our academy, watching the beginners videos again on trading foreign currency, right? Watching some of the more advanced videos that we have on trading foreign currency, or texting Dwayne or texting Layla and saying, hey, it looks like gold is a buy. This is like a whole community. Whoever invited you guys on here right now, like, honestly, you need to really be thankful for them, because really, when you make a decision to partner with us, you're partnering with like a whole community. It's a lot of love. It's a lot of support. It's a lot of celebration. That's the other thing that I love about our community. If Dwayne calls me and says, I had this kind of day, we can't give income claims, but let's just say it was a good day. Yeah. Get out. But all you're going to get in the chat is congrats, bruh. We proud of you. That was amazing. Like, are you looking for the next setup on oil, or looking for the next setup, or news is coming out? Like, it's a whole global economic wealth education that every single person needs, right? Because what you don't educate yourself on, you cannot participate in. And so that whole mindset of, I don't like technology, child, that ain't for me. Listen, technology is for every single person. Do not allow Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, all their deaths be in vain, and you have access to all this information, but you choose to sit up and watch Netflix all day. No, it's not that season. This is not a vacation. So, Dwayne, talk about your process. You signed up to get education in foreign exchange and cryptocurrency, and talk about, like, when you first started learning it, what were your thoughts? Like, what was going through your mind? Because there's some people on here right now. As a matter of fact, if you guys are on here and you're not trading with us, because I know we have a lot of traders on here right now. Hey. All the traders, woo-hoo. But the people that are not trading, I want you guys to just put in the chat, I'm a guest, or just put the word guest, because we really want to speak to you. I want you guys to know that are listening, this is for you. It doesn't matter if you're a housewife, if you're a CEO, if you run your own business. The smartest thing that any person can become right now is to learn how to become an investor. Stay open to it. So, Dwayne, kind of talk about your process. And don't forget, guests, put in the chat for me that you're a guest. We want to make sure we're giving you special love. And again, get back with the person that invited you on here. So go ahead, Dwayne, share that with us.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be totally transparent. This is my phone case. It's not my actual phone. But the first night, they're walking us through, which I appreciate it. They're walking us through what to do. And I guess, obviously, the walkthrough wasn't enough for me because I ain't get it. So I took my phone, I threw it across the couch. I said, babe, I'm not doing this. I was out. I'm just being real with you. My first night, I was out. But like I said earlier, I had to remind myself, all right, Dwayne, there's a whole new world of wealth out here, and you can sit here and whine about it, or you can learn about it. All right? I've been sitting here telling myself, for years, I literally moved. People looked at where I live, Miami, all that stuff. I really moved here to get around another caliber of person. I'm going to be real with you. I already know, listen, somebody on here, you know me. You know that I know what the projects look like. You know that. You're watching right now. Oh, that's Dwayne from the project. Yeah, that's me. I already know what the projects is like. I know how they move, how they talk, how they walk, what they listen to, the songs. I know all of it. I didn't know the language and the rhythm of wealth. So at first, it freaked me out. And I threw it across the couch and said, maybe this ain't for me. But then, honestly, my lady said, pick your phone back up. Let's keep trying. And we got back in the game. And then I realized over time, this is not as challenging as you think. Really, it's just a matter of up and down. The markets move up or they move down. And if you get in before it moves, you make money. That's it. Everything else to me is bells and whistles. The market goes up, the market goes down. You just want to get in before it moves. That's it. I realized the foundation. I taught sports language because I played sports back in the day. You know, whether you understand basketball or not, you know, if you put that ball in the basket, you get 2 points. Put the ball in the basket, you get 2 points. You may not know all the plays, but you know if that ball go in the basket, you get 2 points. So I help you put the ball in the basket and get you some points every day.
That's so strong, Dwayne. I love what you said. You knew poverty, you knew lack, you knew check to check, and you were like, but this is not how this is not how I want to continue my life. And that's the thing that I want for people to know that are listening right now, that are guests on here, that even if you're doing well, because everybody on here is not broke, everybody not living check to check. Some of y'all doing pretty good.
That's right.
But I want you to know it doesn't matter what level you're at. Like, there's always room for expansion and growth. And I've recently, over the last couple of years, developed a really great relationship with Kim Kiyosaki. We're going to be doing some things in the next couple of weeks. And she was saying, you know, Jewel, and this is where our visions are aligned. Our goal, your goal, Dwayne and Layla, you feel this way. The goal was never just to help somebody just to get to 6 figures.
Right.
That's a blessing, right? That's great. But the reality is, I want to see us move at large into 7 figures. Right. I've been blessed there, right? To move into 8 figures, to 9 figures. But the velocity of money is moving so much faster than it has ever moved in the world, Layla. Last year, over 650,000 people became millionaires, 7-figure earners. And guys, 30-40% of them were millennials.
Wow.
Because they understand that, and this is how you have to think. That's how I know, right? Listen, you're building a digital empire. You're going to teach other people how to build a digital empire. And that's why we're on here today, because we want you to know, we don't want you to just sit around. And even if you're doing well, what could you can double your money. You can triple your money. Layla, talk to me about your process, girl. So when you first heard this, your boyfriend came in, said, we're about to do this, and you started learning. What was that process? Was it challenging? And if it was, what did you do to overcome that challenge?
Absolutely. So I think my biggest challenge when I first started was trying to figure out if this was going to fit in my life. I think anytime someone sees any type of insane investment opportunity, they're like, damn, am I going to have time for this? And one thing that I actually learned was that these videos that we had were so short. So I literally was able to take 30 minutes at the end of my day. So I would go home after 12 hours and I would literally just sit in front of the computer. I'm like, look, I can give this at least 30 minutes. And I always equate that time to, I actually didn't even learn how to invest during that time. I learned how to make myself a priority. So when you learn how to make yourself a priority in this space, you recognize how long you've been falling short on your own income. When you realize how simple it is, you're like, okay, I'm about to turn that 30 minutes up to like 45 minutes, up to an hour. And then less than a year later, literally less than 12 months later, I fully left the cosmetology industry. So it literally, I just took advantage of everything that we had on the plate.
Wow. And so, okay, so you did that. You started investing the time, because I would say anything you keep before your eyes and ears, eventually you're going to get it, eventually. But if you play with it and act like you just bought some makeup, and sometimes you on, sometimes you out, no, be like 15, 30 minutes a day, at least minimum. I mean, already I've made money this morning on my phone, right? A lot of y'all probably have too.
Me too. I was saying, me too.
Like,
I was rushing to get to this call because I'm in there catching the bag. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah, and you know, and I know it sounds simple, but you see this whole evolving happening, right? You see Cash App. Last couple of years, there was no Cash App, right? Now you see Cash App, you can buy stocks. You can purchase cryptocurrency. Then just recently it started popping up. You can have your direct deposit come. So there's this whole evolution of money, guys, that's happening. And it's not going to stop whether or not you decide to participate or not. So Layla, you started engaging, and then what happened? Did the light bulb start coming in? You had a favorite strategy that you like? Talk about that.
So I started to plug into, in the beginning, just the copy and paste tools. So I was taking my 30 minutes a day. I was utilizing the copy and paste tools because, mind you, working 12 hours a day, especially behind the chair, it's very difficult to like go and grab your phone and like, wait, am I good in my trade? Am I up? Let me go put this trade in. So I would enter in a few trades with my copy and paste app literally while my clients were processing. Okay. And there was actually, I'll never forget this day. This was the day everything changed. I had a 5-hour color correction. So color corrections are usually around $100, $150 an hour. Okay. So this lady canceled on me and it was 5 hours of my day. So I'm like, oh my God, what am I about to do with 5 hours? And I needed that money. I needed that money that day. And my boyfriend had just purchased Swipecoin. He is a cryptocurrency fanatic. So he had just purchased Swipecoin. You guys, I copied and pasted some numbers, which Swipecoin is a copy and paste app. All right. And they told me when to buy, when to sell. So I literally clicked buy with a penny invested. In an hour and a half, I flipped a penny in $864. So I make no income plans, past profits do not guarantee future results, never risk what you're not willing to lose. Wow. But I was only supposed to make around $500-600. And in a shorter amount of time, I was able to make over $860. So I always tell people, when you really do learn how to allow money to work for you, you're not just getting the money back, you're getting time back that you never had before.
That's right.
Absolutely. And we're not making any income claims. There are no guarantees. That was just her own personal testimony. But I think the point is that this is for everybody. This is for anybody, whether you're white, black, male, female, short, tall, rich, skinny, fat, like it doesn't matter.
All you have to do, can you talk about that real quick? Because I know from my audience, maybe even Layla's audience, like honestly, one of the things that we're honored about, like I said, when I joined, I didn't research Forex. I knew that. Listen, y'all. We know there's a stock market. We know that people invest in gold. We know people invest in oil. We know people invest in, all these different commodities. We know that already. So the skepticism can be deleted right there. You know, people invest in these areas already. That's nothing new. All we've done is apply educational space to teach you how to do it correctly. Because if there was Wealth 101 in college, I'm pretty sure you would have registered for that course. All right, so let's get the skepticism out the way real quick. Now, what I didn't research Forex and gold and oil. I knew that was real. But what I love to see was people like Dr. Jewel. Where is she? This way or that way? I can't tell. All right, I love to see people like Dr. Jewel. I love to see that people like Dr. Jewel were in this space. I mean, Bravo TV reality star, co-pastor of a church, all right? She was already had her own group where she's teaching wealth strategy. She's already knocking it out the park in real estate, all these different areas. But to see wealthy people, I don't know what it is about us that come from the middle class or lower. When we see somebody above average in the game, nobody drives a Kia until you see Shaquille O'Neal do a Kia commercial. You know what I mean? Oh, Shaquille O'Neal got a Kia? Oh, maybe a Kia is cool.
Right.
I don't know what it is, but when I saw Dr. Jewel, I'm like, wow, this woman could be doing anything right now. Her husband's a former NBA star. She could be doing anything right now. But you choose to enroll in an academy that teaches wealth strategies. What talk to the people about that, Dr. Jewel? Because I believe in it. You know it. You could be doing, and you do a lot. You have your own TV show. I watch it every Wednesday.
No, I'm grateful. I'm really grateful. Shameless plug comes on today. Jewel Tanker Show, 4:00, Impact Network, 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central. As a matter of fact, we just signed a contract to do 8 virtual shows. Actually, we're going to be doing a show every day called Chatter. at 4 o'clock on Fox Soul. And so me, Real Talk Kim, Dr. Dee Freeman, and Monique Timberland. So we'd love for you guys to tune in for that. And we'll be getting that information. As a matter of fact, Holly Carter, executive producer, just produced the Clark Sisters. That was a huge hit, the largest Lifetime story on Lifetime Network Sunday night. So shout out to the Clark Sisters. And that movie was amazing. It aired on Lifetime, and you guys can go back and watch it. But she's our executive producer. And but anyway, so yeah, so I was attracted to this Dwayne because here's the reality. Money is always moving. The patterns of money, the rhythms of money, they're always moving. They're not going to stay the same. You know, it's almost like saying, like my grandmother, who I love and respect, she's 95, and she's like, I'm not taking a picture of that check. I think it's a scam. I'm like, Grandma, it's not a scam. You can take a picture of your check and it'll be deposited into your account. She'd rather go stand in line in the bank because the world is so different from her, for her. So it's almost like MySpace first hit the scene, right? So if you didn't engage in MySpace, then you're probably not going to engage in Facebook, which means you're not going to engage in Snapchat or TikTok. Like, everything is going to continue to evolve and change. And so the thing that I really love about this space, Layla and Dwayne, is that it puts you at the premier space of futurists and people that understand the rhythms of money and get there ahead. Because if you keep getting to money after it's already moved, if you start buying Bitcoin in 5 years when it's $200,000, and right now we learned from Nick Gomez that in 2009 it was a penny, and today it's like $6,000 something. So we got to get the education, and it's going to keep changing and it's going to keep evolving. So I'm going to say this right before we get ready to wrap. Again, get back with the person that invited you on here today, because we're not just on here because we don't have anything else to do. We're on here because we're committed to seeing people win. I'm committed to seeing women win. I want to see men win too. I love men too, but I really am like, women, I need the girls to take control of your financial wealth. Stop waiting for somebody to come and rescue you, come and save you, come you. You better come yourself, right? Because you want to be able to write the check like I did with my husband, who I love. That is my boo. But he was like, I want our daughter to stay close to school. I said, no, she needs to go to Howard. But we didn't have to debate it because I already had the check written. So she went through Howard for years, cash. Thank you, Lord. You know what I mean? We didn't have to get a loan. When I woke up a year and a half ago and said, I'm ready to upgrade my G-Wagon to a newer G-Wagon, I didn't have to have 5 family meetings because I already have my own money. So it wasn't about me. I respect my husband. I honor him. That's my boo. Anybody know, we're like this. I love that man. But I am grateful that I can make moves where money is concerned without anyone's permission. I want that for you. And I definitely want that for men too. Like, I think it's degrading to go and have to ask your wife for permission to join something that's going to educate you for $250 or so. That's degrading to have to ask somebody permission for that. God didn't call you to have to ask for permission for a couple $100. You are bigger than that. So this space helps you to rise and come into your greatness. See, potential, everybody has potential, Layla, but the question is, this is a forum where your potential can be realized. So Layla and Dwayne, what would be the last words that you would say? Layla, I want you to talk to the women, and Dwayne, I want you to talk to the guys.
I would definitely say for the women, and I'm saying this because I would say this to myself, stop with the blame game and take accountability for your own actions. Take accountability for your actions moving forward, because just like Dr. Jules said, we have so much power, but sometimes we allow the emotions to outweigh the logic. And because of that, a lot of times women really suffer from finances. We really suffer from financial education, financial literacy. So the best thing I could say is just get over yourself, make your own decisions, and make solid decisions.
That's good. Solid decisions. And this is why you guys need to get back with the person that invited you. Like, don't sit here and overanalyze always move toward increase. Always. Don't ever pull back from increase, because you cannot become what you won't lean into. Dwayne.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I got to start off with the ladies, because I was raised by a single parent woman. And anybody on here watching this call, you know that. Anybody who knows me, you know that man was raised by a single parent woman. And, I honestly believe that my family was broken apart because of finances. I don't believe it was because they did not love each other. All right. I seen them in some very, very happy moments. But when I seen them in their arguments, it all tracked back to a $200 problem. It all tracked back to the light bills, the lights were off. And when you really think about it, that was a $200 problem. So I had to be raised by a single parent, sour, bitter woman now over a $200 issue. I told myself as a little boy that I will not be an adult and lose my family over $200, $300 issues. So I started off just giving you my heart for women, all right? But for the fellas out there, we cannot lead our families with financial just loads on our back. It puts a pressure on us that makes us do things that we shouldn't even be doing. And I do not want to see families being broken up because of this financial load that's on our back. All right. So if it takes us $200 to learn how to relieve financial stress, the biggest thing for me, y'all, I don't boast, I don't brag, I don't flash. I could be out here flashy, all this stuff. I could be in front of the palm trees doing all kinds of stuff, throwing money, but I don't care about that. What I care about is the financial peace of mind that this brings to me and my friends that decide to work with us. Because once you have a peace of mind financially, you get to operate in your true you. And a lot of people are not operating in their true you.
Wow. That is strong, Dwayne. I have to ask you this. Do you think that at that time, your mom didn't realize that she could have because it sounds like, I feel like when women kind of just stay stuck in these situations, it's because they don't realize that they can make a different choice.
I know my mom stayed probably longer than she wanted to. But the reality is, and I can't speak for her 1,000%, but what I know for today's time and for today's women, y'all have so many options right now. Y'all have convenient, please catch my verbiage, convenient options. You don't anywhere, listen, notice one thing we didn't ask you to do on this call. Nowhere do we say go out the house and go hustle and grind. Everything we're doing is at the house, on your phone, buy, sell, made the mortgage real quick. Buy, sell, made the light bill real quick. Buy, sell, got the kids in private school now. You don't gotta go out and hustle. All right, so ladies, you can do this conveniently. So ladies, you have more options today than my mother had back in the 90s. All right, you have better options. And for us to ignore these better options, it's almost a slap in the face if you're asking for opportunity.
Yeah, no, that's so doggone strong. And thank you for your transparency. Both of you were amazing. You know, at the end of the day, I asked Dwayne and Layla to come on because they've had a tremendous amount of success in this space. I'm very proud of you guys. And I also thank you for your heart. Like, and that's what I love about this wealth family. We're not just about, us coming up. We want to see people. We love humanity. And if you have a desire for more, and if you're ready to educate yourself, and I believe the largest wealth transfer that the world has ever seen, then I want you to get back with the person person that invited you on here. Also, I'm going to be back on here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. same time, and then Friday morning. And then we're going to do it again next week. This is pretty amazing. So again, get back with the person that invited you on here. Guys, I love you. Thank you, Layla and Dwayne. Y'all were amazing.
Thank you for having us on.
Your partnership. Thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. Get a piece of the pie, everybody. Don't miss this. Don't miss it.
That's it. Don't miss it. All right. Bye, y'all. Love you. Bye.
Bye, love.